We're here now with Mississippi College men's soccer coach Kevin Johns in his 10th year as head coach of the Mississippi College Choctaws. Coach, thanks for your time. Let's talk a little bit about how the season has started. 1-3 start. You got a loss to Delta State this past weekend, and as we're taping today, you'll play Louisiana College before folks will see this. So tell us a little bit about what you've learned from your team the first few games of the season.
Well, I've realized we're good going forward. We just have some defensive kind of problems defending. Hopefully. The one thing in defending is it could be fixed. So we kind of know our problem. We just have to try to fix it. Defending-wise, it's usually a lot of defending in soccer is just kind of commitment and discipline in what you're doing and communication. And right now we're just not doing a very good job with that. So we've given up 4 goals in our last 3 games. So we've been consistently bad defending-wise lately. So.
Well, you've got some talent on this team. Brian Vasquez, the preseason offensive player of the year. Talk a little bit about his performance this year and just what you expect from a guy who's got a lot of expectations and maybe even some pressure on his shoulders.
Well, I mean, he came into this season last year as a freshman. This year, sophomore year, is a lot more fit. So we were really happy with that. He kind of came in looking like he was ready to, to continue to do good things for us. And he's done well. He's done very well. He's been our best player attack-wise overall still this year. He just is obviously now people kind of know about him, so they're obviously keen on him and they know he's a key to our attack. And so he's trying to get a little more people involved maybe than he did last year to try to have some success. But he's already has 3 goals on the season and he's already has a couple assists, so he's already going good. Hopefully, when our conference season starts tomorrow, he can continue that going forward. So I think he'll continue to have a good year for us.
You look up and down this roster. There's a lot of experienced players on this team. Lots of juniors on this team, and that has to really make you feel good.
Well, we do, especially for going forward this year and next year. Hopefully, some leadership. One of the problems is a lot of those juniors are first-year players for us. They're just transfers in from different places. So I did think it would take a little while for them to get used to what we wanted, even though they're juniors. I mean, just because obviously it's a little different climate from everywhere they've come, whether it be junior college or a transfer from another school on how we do things. So, and I do think that's been a little bit our problem as far as the kind of losses maybe or the things we've expected out of them. It's kind of taking them a little bit to kind of get things going the way we want to. And hopefully by tomorrow against Louisiana College, since our first conference game, we're getting kind of where we want to go. So,
what about some of these newcomers to your team? Who do you expect to make an impact this year?
Well, I mean, Harrison Russell is a kid that transferred in from Gulf Coast Community College, and he freshman year he played at Presbyterian Division I school, and he's a very talented player, very exceptional, and does a good job for us. He defends really well for Vasquez, behind Vasquez. And then Omar Costa is a freshman kid that came in who, I mean, he spent time in training camp with the U20 El Salvador national team, so he's a very talented player. There's quite a few of them, but I would say, those 2, and then Diego Ayala transferred in from Marshall. He started off pretty well for us. It took him a little while, and it's a little bit different level for him and stuff, and he kind of plays in a different position, but again, he's also kind of getting acclimated to what we want out of him and stuff. So there's definitely been some key players come in. Francisco Diaz plays center back. He's done very well for us. So there's definitely some really solid players as far as newcomers that have added things to us. So.
And every sport is different. What do you expect out of your players during the off season in terms of their training and their playing with other clubs?
Well, mostly it's for us, we just have to really come in fit. I mean, the big thing is we send them stuff over the summer that we, encourage them to do, and hopefully they will do most of it or do some things on their own, as far as guidelines to try to make sure they come into us fit and things. So, and hopefully they'll come in and we obviously give them some fitness tests and stuff. And the big thing is some of the stuff we send them over the summer also it gives them some of those fitness tests, and we're obviously hoping they can pass them when they come in. And most of them did a very good job. Some didn't, and some have struggled with that a little bit, and some of that I think you can see kind of at the start of the season has been a big problem for us. So.
Yeah, I can imagine that you guys among all the teams are really glad this cool weather is here, because it's been pretty brutal to practice and to play in this kind of heat and humidity.
Yeah, our training sessions, especially because we go about 1:32 in the afternoon, has been really, a couple of them have been really, really bad to where we've had to limit them a little bit. I mean, we like to go an hour and a half, 2 hours at the most. Some of them we've been cutting down to an hour and 15 minutes just because basically, it's coaching staff. We can feel the heat out there, and so we can only imagine what they're feeling like as far as doing all the running and stuff. So we've had to cut some of that down and stuff, and we tried to limit that a little bit. And we go sometimes at 6 in the morning. They don't like that, getting up at 5:15 in the morning, but I think they enjoy the coolness of it. And then anything else, also gives them the rest of the day to do what they want to do. So that helps us a little bit when we go in the morning just to kind of get away from that heat. So.
We've got Louisiana College, the first conference game of the year this week. As you look at the American Southwest Conference, who are the teams to beat?
Well, it's pretty much, I think it's going to be probably the same teams it has been. UTD and UT Tyler both are very good. And then Hardin Simmons and us, and I think Mary Hardin Baylor will be probably the 5 teams that preseason were ranked in that situation, and I think we'll all be kind of fighting for it. I don't really think there's one team this year. Tyler was very talented last year, but they lost a lot of kids to graduation. I think, and four of us have already played Trinity this year, and Trinity beat us all, and I've talked to them a little bit, and they feel like all four of our teams, Tyler, Dallas, us, and Hardin Simmons, are very, very close. And as far as the score lines, it's very close. I think things will be a very wide open this year. I don't think there's going to be any one team that's going to stand out like last year. I think Tyler was probably the cream of the crop. I'm not sure that's really going to be the case this year. I think it's going to be a kind of fight to probably the last weekend who's going to finish first or second. So,
what is the biggest challenge for the Choctaws this year? What's the one thing they have to do to get over the hump to win a title?
I would say right now, since we played 4 games, is we have to defend better. Preseason, I'm not sure I would have said that. I would have probably said something different. But now that we've played 4 games and our conference season is starting tomorrow, I'd probably tell you we have to find a way to be able to do team defending better. Not really individual, but as a group, be able to defend a little bit better than we have been to have any success. Going forward, we'll be fine. We can attack and we can score goals, but you still have to stop the other team from scoring. And right now, we're not doing a very good job of that. So that's a big thing for us. So.
Well, Coach, we wish you good luck as the season gets underway here. Look forward to following you throughout the year.
Appreciate it.
Coach Kevin Johns, the Mississippi College men's soccer team.